Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this has been your True Nerd, and welcome to Z End, a sort of zombie visual novel adventure, choose your own adventure narrative sort of thing. I like all those things, that works nicely for me. Also, it's got a pun as a title, and even better, it's got the letter Z in it, and on this occasion, I shall brook no dissent on how that should be pronounced, because the pun only works if it's pronounced Z. So for the purpose of this video, we shall put aside our factions and banners and machines of war. You know, the forces of Z and the forces of Z can just be at peace for the time being, because this game only works if for the purposes of this video, Z is pronounced Z, alright? It's Z and let's just do this. War. No. Oh, sorry, wait, hang on. No, sorry, that's something else. I knew that major epidemics had always existed. I heard that on TVs and radios, but that was happening somewhere else. I was never concerned about it. This time it was, okay, fine, so I'm playing as a total dick. There was a major epidemic, but it was somewhere else, so I just didn't care. People think this only happens to other people, but this time others represent 90% of the world's population. A simple bite is enough to join the countless horde of zombies. After a few weeks, the world as we knew it was gone. You know what? I'm glad we're not kind of faffing around like plenty of zombie films do. We've got to, like, you know, be introduced to the protagonist in their perfect life. Oh, honey, I've got to go to my business meeting today. Oh, is that my adorable not dead child in there? I guess I'll give him a kiss on the way out. Oh, Miss Thirsty, there's some people with blood coming out of their mouths on my drive to work. That's unusual. And it takes like 10 minutes to get to anything good. Sometimes like more than that, like 20 minutes to get to actual zombies. This? No! There's flipping zombies everywhere. Let's get on with this. Now the remaining people have to fight for their survival. I joined a camp named The Community. We're trying hard to build something viable for the future. To get stronger, we're always looking for new members. I was commanded to walk through the ruins to find survivors. Okay, possibly, or everyone else in the community decided they didn't like you very much, because that strikes me as the job you give to someone you want to get rid of. Alright, fine. Here it is, I declare. I look quite frankly evil. That's quite a good combination of, like, you know, that's some evil eyebrows right there. Combined with the kind of, you know, the slightly unpleasant frown and the beard. Yeah, I'm totally 100% evil and they decided to get rid of me because the alternative was, you know, I was blatantly going to betray them. Also, despite the fact I'm scavenging the ruins and haven't actually run into any zombies yet canonically, can't help but notice I'm already covered in blood. Yeah, I'm just totally 100% evil. I'm as evil as I look. This is the gas station I used to fill my car up. I remember the day when the owner pulled out a rifle to scare a robber. I'm wondering if the rifle is still behind the bar. I'm going to be honest, he probably already used it to, like, kill some zombies. Like, you know, if he decided to actually pull it out to just chase off a robber, there's a good chance when the zombies showed up, he didn't decide, you know what, I'm just going to let them pass. Maybe they're not looking for trouble. Yeah, you know what, we're going in, we're going to check that. So yeah, basically this is just going to be a little narrative choose your own adventure style thing. That's good, I like those. Right, besides the gun, there might be food to scavenge. As I was coming closer, a scream startled me. Through the glass door, I saw a young woman fighting against a zombie. And in comes said young woman who is... Ooh, okay, I'm evil and she's ugly. Got it. I don't believe it. Another one. Look, they're 90% of the population of the world. Alright, seriously, don't get me started on this. And, oh, do nothing, rifle behind the bar. Yeah, yell about the rifle behind the bar. Take the rifle behind the bar. Hurry up, fine. So there's going to be time stuff. Oh, I like that design of zombie. That's a good design of zombie. With the teeth and the kind of the matted cheek stuff. That's pretty bloody good. Also, he's allowed to have blood on him. He's a flipping zombie. What's my bloody excuse? I haven't even fought this guy yet. Right, so, be aware there's going to be, like, kind of narrative quick time events, I guess. The young woman kicked back the zombie, jumped behind the bar, grabbed the rifle, and shot the zombie in the head. But now she's got the rifle. And she probably doesn't want to give it up, unfortunately. She turned back and pointed the rifle at me. Don't move or I'll shoot you. Oh, that's not very nice. Just told you where the bloody rifle was. Who are you? What are you doing here? I used to, like, pump gas at this station. That's literally it. Honestly, I don't have much of a good excuse to be here other than just random looting. But I'm guessing you're looting too, so we can be looting friends together. It'll be fine. I don't mean no harm, load the gun. No, I mean no harm. Wait, I mean no harm. It's fine, enter your name. Ooh, my name can be John. That's absolutely fine. My name's John. I'm searching for survivors. Oh, that's a lie. You weren't looking for survivors. You came here looking for the gun. You told me in your internal monologue, alright? I'm Faye. Thanks for your help. How did you know about the rifle? Pretty simple. Yeah, I just know the place. I was here before the apocalypse. I don't think I need to hide that for any reason. So, lived nearby before the apocalypse. Used to fill my car up here. One day I saw the owner put a robot on the run with this rifle. But yeah, unfortunately now it's her rifle. If I'd let her die, I could have just like, gone in afterwards and got the rifle. Damn it, now she's got it. Boo. That time I got so scared. But now, it makes me laugh. Sure, we have to keep a sense of proportion. Fear has become familiar. Now, Faye grabs a chair in bad shape and sits down, sighing. Please tell me, you travelling alone, you part of a group? Ooh. Okay, if I phrase this wrong, it might come across as a threat. And she's the one that's got the gun right now, and I apparently do not. So, yeah, are you part of a group seems more positive. So you must be part of a group. How else have you survived? I learned to rely only on myself. I don't belong to any group. What about you? Are you a loner too? No. Tell her about the community, because, the whole point is I'm looking for survivors to potentially recruit. So, be honest with her. I'm part of a community. It's called the community. We're not very good at naming things. Would you like to be in charge of naming things? Because we don't have anyone who's good at that right now. I saw your abilities. Do you want to walk for a bit together? I don't know. I don't want you to be a burden. I just knew where the gun was, right? If it wasn't for me, you'd have been eaten by now, okay? You flipping owe me. You know what? Either I won't, or let's go to the well, because we're quite thirsty. You know what? I won't. I'm probably not that thirsty right now. I won't be a burden. We'll back each other up, alright? After all, why not? Let's do it. I'll go with you. Fine, I won't risk my life for you. I just risked mine for you, well, kind of. I was standing outside and I yelled you some advice. It wasn't really that risky for me, I guess. Actually, it depends. Are these kind of like, slow shambling Resident Evil zombies? Or are these like super fast sprinting 28 days later zombies? Because I don't know what zombie rules we're playing by right now. All I know is 1 bite equals infection. That's the only bit of information. Also, they don't have cheeks. So they're very bad at chewing food. But that's probably not a weakness we can use to actually, win a fight against them. As I said before, I belong to a community. I'm looking for new members who could be useful. We're trying to build up some kind of normal life. She's not up for it, John. She's 100% a loner. She's just stated that to you very, very clearly. Let's get to know each other. In the end, you may want to join us. Well, give her the information at least. Why not? We have to head north through the city to get to the old highway. Let's go then before the noise attracts more zombies. We are heading north. So your name's Faye, is that right? Yes, Faye Garvin. Oh, no. Oh, it's Preston's cocking daughter. No, run. Leave her behind. She'll probably want to put a new settlement on my map. As I said, I found shelter in a town nearby. A grocery store with enough supplies to survive for quite a long time. Oh, you've been very open with that information. That is very, very trusting, given this guy looks like this. Because the most logical thing for him to do now is pretty much to kill you, go to the grocery store, and take the giant stockpile of food you're apparently sitting on. After a while, I started to run out of supplies. I went out to look for anything I could find in the neighbourhood. When I came back, the place was crowded with zombies. Okay, good. It's good that we didn't shoot her and immediately go over to the store, because apparently it's zombie central. Got it. Started to look for a new shelter. I found this gas station. You know what happened next. Well, actually, there was only one zombie here and we already killed it, so honestly, you were onto a winner with this one. I just stayed here. Right, and yeah, before that, let's find out about where you came from originally, if at all possible. So where were you before? Before that, well, I'd rather not talk about that. Oh, mysterious backstory she doesn't want to share yet. La-di-da. Right, I insist. No, don't insist. Don't insist. We're trying to talk her into coming and joining the community. Let's just be nice for the time being. I apologise. We all went through hard times. It may not be a good idea to talk about it right now. So she'll tell us later in the game what her tragic backstory is. I used to know this city like the back of my hand. Today, I can barely recognise it. But we've got a map. Ooh, unfoldy map. No, unfoldy map. There we go. Right, so what are we doing now? Where should I go now? We've got ourselves, from the gas station. There's either a police station or a car dealership. Okay. Source of guns and potential survivors. If there's any group that's going to survive pretty well in the middle of a zombie-infested city, it's presumably going to be police officers and their guns barricaded inside their station. Not sure if that's true, but Resident Evil 2 implied that was true, so I'm just going to go with that. Or car dealership. Potential car. Okay, also, the game's gone suddenly French. It's not supposed to be. Is it supposed to be French? No, it's supposed to be English. It's supposed to be... Alright, fine. Maybe Faye's just French and doesn't want to tell us. Maybe that's her tragic backstory. She's French. You know what? Having a set of wheels, if there happened to be a car floating around with some fuel in it, would probably let us get around a lot faster. Then, if there's trouble at the police station, we can make a quick escape. Let's start with the car dealership. We'll work from there. So, the avenue. No, we're supposed to be going to the car dealership. This is just the street. Faye and I are heading to the car dealer. Due to the bad shape of the road, we'll need more time to get there. She seems to hold a grudge against me because of the police station, which is odd because she never specified she wanted to go to the police station. Like, they were just two options available to me. She didn't say anything about going to the police station, but okay, fine. Faye's just the unpredictable sort. Stop, John, for the last time, we're not going to the police station, alright? We're going to the car dealership. You didn't say anything about the cocking police station, alright? Look over there! What is it going to be? By any chance is it going to be zombies? Because generally it's zombies. Down the avenue, we notice a silhouette going north. I see. What is it? Well, it's probably a zombie. 90% chance zombie. I don't actually know, but just based on probabilities, just in terms of like the amount of the population of the world that's become a zombie, like 90% base chance it's a zombie, and presumably in cities where there's dense populations, the zombie plague would have spread more easily. So probably it's like over 90% in urban areas and under 90% in rural areas. So balance of probabilities, very likely a zombie. Alright, it's likely to be a zombie, only a walker would stay exposed like that. We say standing in the middle of a flipping street. Is he alone? I'm not sure. Let me see. Don't see anyone else. I think he's alone. What's the plan? Ooh. Let him go or follow him. There's no reason to follow him if he's a zombie, or rather, if we're assuming he's a zombie. There's no particular reason to think that, like, he'd go anywhere. Zombies are just kind of like, well, they seem to just be, like, you know, dumb beasts that wander around trying to eat brains or blood or whatever. So we wouldn't learn anything. But if it turns out to not be a zombie, following him might lead us somewhere useful. Though, if they're all together in a pack, and she said that they might be in a pack because she was talking about her grocery store being swarmed, following him might be a very, very bad idea. Let's let him go and just head on to the car dealership instead. Let him go, follow the initial plan. We cut through the car dealership to get out of... No! We want to get a car. Alright, if we want to get out of the city as soon as possible, then a car would be a good idea. Don't just cut past the car dealership. Also, there's loads of cars around here. Just take a car. So much better than walking. I'm not sure that's the right decision. I'm ready to trust you. Will you stop disagreeing with everything I say, despite the fact you voiced no contrary opinion earlier? Also, stop flipping being ready to trust me. We met 5 minutes ago, and apparently I've done 2 things you don't agree with. And promise me we'll be careful. I don't like the idea of leaving things uncertain. Yep, that's absolutely fine. I'm willing to promise that. We will play things cautiously. In fact, that's literally what we just did. That there was the cautious option. We assumed the worst, and then we stayed away from it. That's fine. We're staying vigilant. That's exactly what we're doing. Right, let's go. So, on to the car dealer. There are indeed some cars here, but they are looking a little bit on the rusted side, to be perfectly honest. Not sure we're going to be able to actually get a working vehicle out of here. Hope we were right to let him go. I'm sure we were, Faye. It's 100% fine. I told you, Faye, we won't lower our guard. Look, if you want to be cautious, that's the cautious thing to do. Don't just let a zombie wander off. Why are you so worried, about this one random zombie? That's who I am. I leave nothing to chance. So you're just so cautious and potentially borderline paranoid you wanted to follow the zombie because you were scared about where it might have been going, or if it might have had like a group of friends or something. Okay, possibly. I'm intuitive like I used to be in the old world, and will help me in the current world. Fine, so she just trusts her gut a lot. No reason to believe that's actually a good idea, but whatever. It's something I know from my 2 lives. You mean before and after, presumably? Yeah, you know, I'm just going to say I understand, because that does make sense. Your life before and your life after. That makes perfect sense. And apparently it's late. We should rest here. Fine. We can just, like, lock ourselves in a car or whatever. This seems like a pretty safe place to be, all things considered. And, very sensibly, we set up camp on the first floor of a small building, giving us a good view of the surroundings, and a campfire brings us some comfort. Good, good, good. So you told me you were trying to recruit people for your community. What kind of people are you looking for? Living ones. Those deserving it. To be honest, like, we can't afford to be fussy at this point. Literally anyone living will do. We're mostly looking for living ones. I can imagine not easy to find nowadays. Yeah, if she's willing to say that, then quite possibly we're just basically right to not be particularly picky. Seriously, what are you looking for? Useful people or good people? Well, they said normality. To have normality in a world where all the infrastructure's gone, we're going to need useful people. And she seems pretty pragmatic. So I think she'll actually find that more appealing anyway. So I'm going to say useful. We're most looking for people useful to the community. Physical strength, knowledge, or technical skills. In short, everything that may help us survive. And what could I bring to the community? You didn't even want to join 5 minutes ago. I'm getting such mixed messages. Technical knowledge. Yeah, you seem to be capable of handling yourself, so defending it seems to be perfectly capable there. Judging by your fighting abilities, you should be able to defend the community from a possible outside attack. We're frequently attacked by gangs looking for supplies, without mentioning zombies. You see, we always need people to protect ourselves. There you go, John. Now you're giving her a good sales pitch. Right, following morning, wake up, John. It's time to go. This place is not safe. What makes you think that precisely? Yeah, skip the pleasantries. We've got to, like, not die first. What's going on? Is there actually a problem here? We shouldn't stay in the same place for too long. Eventually zombies would find us. You know what? That's common sense. I like your gut instincts, as you've been talking about previously. Got a bad feeling about this. I feel like we're being watched. Possibly by the person we might have wished to follow in the end yesterday. Not sure. But you know what? That's fine. Let's just go. Give me a second to clear my mind. No, maybe just go. Just get out of there. We have to decide now. Should we go to the mall or to the park? Okay, I like the unfolding of the map. It's quite good. Right, so, from the car dealership, where should I go now? Now, hang on. If you've got a preference, you tell me what that preference is immediately. Okay? What are you going to say? No, she's not saying anything. Okay, so if the game tells me she was annoyed because she disagreed, then she's just being unreasonable because she did not voice any preference one way or the other. Now, the thing about the park is, and then once more, it's all gone French. The thing about the park is all open. It's exposed. Big, open, empty space. Potentially a bad idea. We'd be seen from all sides, because this is an American city, so probably the buildings are quite tall. So quite possibly, like from every side, we'd be clearly visible from every floor. So against gangs or against anyone else, that'd be a bad idea. On the other hand, however, we know from her backstory that, yeah, she had the grocery store that got completely swarmed by zombies who do seem to be attracted to... maybe they're attracted to food, maybe they can eat normal food. But then again, we could also pick up supplies there. It's big enough that we could probably just kind of skirt through it and maybe get some supplies on the way. So yeah, I'd say go to the shopping centre. So let's see what we've got here. And there it is. Yeah, you know what? There's plenty of, like, shadowy areas. There's one corpse with half a face there, admittedly. I think we can work with this, though. Do you remember the rumours that were spread shortly after the outbreak began? Consumer products were accused of being the cause of the contamination. The rumour had it the combination of multiple factors like insecticide and food preservatives were the cause of the infection. Okay, let's not rule it out. It could be the case. Let's just, like, you know, not drink any insecticide. We probably won't go into anyway, but just in case. Now, do I actually believe that story? I've got no reason to believe or disbelieve it, so I'm going to say it could theoretically be true. It doesn't seem that likely, though. An insecticide and a preservative turning people into undead monstrosities. It seems unlikely to me. It seems very unlikely. We heard many different explanations. A virus that leaked through permafrost, failed science experiment, terrorism, divine punishment. I believe things happen for no reason. Even if there were any, what matters now is to survive and deal with the new world. Yeah, you know what? I can deal with that pragmatic approach. That's fine. Anyway, for now, let's just try and get through this here shopping centre. We should try to climb onto the roof. We should have a great view of the surroundings up there, see the fastest way to join the highway. You know what? Not a bad idea, actually. Let's head up there. The mall was looted on the first moment of the epidemic during the growing chaos. Surprisingly, electronic stores were the first to be looted. People took televisions, computers, and cell phones. Then came the second wave. When the number of zombies started to increase, the priorities of the survivors changed. Now it was all about getting weapons, food, and clothes. Fine, so we shouldn't expect to actually get any supplies from here because people knew this was a place to loot, so it was picked over pretty much first. Fine. So we're walking through the wasted mall. She really starts talking to me. It's a good thing. Let's see if we find something around. Unlikely based on what we just heard. This place has already been well ransacked, but screw it, let's see. There's almost nothing left. Everything was taken away. It's weird to see this place like this. I used to spend time with my family here. Entire day in the mall. That's what most families used to do. Did you and your... No? Do they? Americans, is this what you do? Do you and your families just go to like a shopping centre for an entire day? Because that seems kind of weird from the British perspective. But okay, let's hear about Faye and her family's tragic backstory. I had no time for that. I ordered everything online. You missed something. No, you didn't. She was the smart one. Alright, well, you were spending the entire day inside a flipping shopping centre, queuing up. She just did it all with a few clicks on Amazon or whatever, alright? She was the smart cookie before the apocalypse. Now, how are we going to get to the roof? Main stairs, yeah. Stick to the back. Stick to the quiet back shadowy areas, which are a bit quieter. We don't want to go into, like, the big main areas. Presumably, main stairs wouldn't go up onto the roof anyway, because it looks like the roof would be like a private area, because there's big glassy bits up there. Back stairs, keep things safe. Best way we find the back stairs should lead us straight to the roof. Look over there. Marvellous. So, to the back stairs, it might be the only way to reach the roof. It does make sense. Like, the main stairs in the shopping centre would just lead on to the various levels of the shopping centre. No reason it would go to the roof. Tell me, John, how did you think you would die before the apocalypse? Oh, blimey. Why are you asking me that? Please answer me. Heat of the moment or old age? Probably old age, to be honest. You know, old age would probably be pretty good. That seems like a pretty good thing, all things considered. I thought I'd end my life peacefully, surrounded by beloved ones in a small house. Oh, John, aim big. Let's go for at least a mid-sized house here, alright? You still believe that? I guess not. I do. I believe in it more than ever. That's why I'm working so hard for the community. Just stop with the sales pitch. Alright, John? Stop with the community business for just one flipping moment. And as for Faye, she never thought about it before the chaos. I only aimed at my career, never thought about the future. Hearing what you say about the community, I am regaining hope. You're coming round really quickly, Faye. You're coming around very quickly to this business. We have to keep hope. It's the most important thing. Incidentally, the last film that John saw before the apocalypse was Rogue One. It really left an impression on him. Here we are. The roof should be behind this door. Stop! Possibly that's where the zombies are. Listen. Something or someone is behind this door. Okay. And do you have any rounds left in that rifle? I have one left. The noise is coming closer. It's right next to the door. Well, do not fire. Don't fire. No, wait. Just wait. Until you actually know it's a zombie, do not shoot. The noise is getting close to the door. Then silence and the door opens. If it's a zombie, fire. Stay still. Okay, there we go. We haven't shot a teenager. Better and flipping better. And you alone here? Yeah, just me and... Just... Oh... No, you said and. Don't try and confuse us. Are you alone on the roof? Calm down. You know what? It's... Oh. There's no reason to believe like a teenager would be working with the zombies. Yeah, tell her to calm down before she gets someone shot. Calm down. You see how frightened she is with a gun pointed at her. Alright, Faye does indeed apologise and calm down a bit. She lowers the gun. Thanks. I've been on the roof a few weeks now. Unfortunately, I don't have much for you. Please check. But why did you say and? You implied something else was up here. Indeed, we don't want your supplies. We just want to see what's going on. Which means you won't take anything from me. Apparently, that's new behaviour to her. Keep your stuff. We're not looters. We're also not going to hurt you. It's fine. My boyfriend told me I should avoid other men. They would hurt me. Right, so where's he? Because I'm guessing when you said and... That's him. Don't worry, he's not that kind of a man. He won't hurt you, I promise. We're trying to reach the highway at the north of the city. Then we join the community I'm coming from. A community? Right, we're trying to build a community. We've just started. It's a promising start. So, my name is Joanne. Yeah, we saw that a second ago. It flashed up for a second, then it went back to teenager. So, spoiler warning, her name was Joanne, and we already knew it. I was here with my boyfriend. We found this shelter. We were missing food. He left 2 days ago. Have to wait for him. 2 days, sorry, but he's already dead. It's probably true, but you could have kind of, you know, put it a bit more tactfully, to be honest. You can't say that, you're right. You can't say that yet. Let's see if, like, maybe she can give us a direction where we might be able to go and explore to potentially find him, at least. You're out of your mind, Faye. You can't say something like that. Don't worry, I'm sure your boyfriend is coming back soon. Have to stay strong. He will come back. Passing by. Why don't you come with us? Although, admittedly, now we've said that, she's less likely to do so. Come with us. There'll be a place for you at the community. It's a few dozen miles to the north. One of my boyfriend, he said he'd come back. I can't make it without him. What are we going to do? You're on your own. You're free to do whatever you decide. Yeah, but she's going to Yeah, not be thrilled about abandoning someone who she thinks might still be alive, though. I've never made any decisions before. Okay, then we'll decide for you. You're taught to. Ooh. Okay, that one just seems wrong. She ultimately has to choose to do this. We can't just basically, like, tell her to come along. That's halfway to kidnapping. So you may have been taught that you needed someone to take care of you. That society doesn't exist. Get rid of that idea. Decide what you want to do with your life. You have to do what you think is right for you. Okay. And I think I'm going to join you. My boyfriend is probably dead by now. I have to move on. Excellent. Good work, Joanne. I love how she doesn't even say, hey, he was going this direction. You should go and check it out. She's like, yeah, you're probably right. He's probably dead. It's fine. I'll join you guys. And, good idea from Faye, leave a note for the boyfriend telling him to go north, because a zombie won't be able to read the note, so that's not a problem whatsoever. And if it's found by another survivor, if they come and find the community, either we've got security to keep them out, or they could potentially join. So better and flipping better. Marvellous. So we're close. Looks like the highway's still in a good state. If we're lucky, we could even find a functional car. Yeah, if only you checked at the car lot that you passed earlier, you stupid bastard. And hold on, Joanne's starving first. Does she have something to eat? No, sorry, we never actually found any food for any reason. Maybe if I'd actually taken some different choices, I might actually have some food on me right now. But unfortunately, we've got nothing. Right, let's be on our way. And next we have to decide between the hospital or the campus. Okay, so next up, back to the... No, unfold the map. There we go. Right, where should I go now? We've got a hospital that seems to be... Well, actually, the campus seems... If we're going up here, yeah, that's apparently our destination, road to the community. So if we want to go, hospital. That's where sick people would have been taken. Might be a bad idea. So maybe not that. Whereas the campus seems, well, it seems closer. And also, logically, anyone who was staying at the campus before, when the outbreak actually happened, they'd head home to with their families. Very few people choose to stay there, so probably it's a low population density area. I mean, no one's actually injured right now, no one's been bitten or anything, so we don't need to go to the hospital. Yeah, the campus strikes me as the safer option here. Let's go over to the campus. That overgrew very fast, though possibly it's been a few years since the outbreak, we don't know. And let's just take a moment to mourn the tragic loss of knowledge. Unfortunately, while John confirms there is a school in the community, they only teach the basics. Large amounts of knowledge will tragically be lost. That is indeed very, very sad indeed. Oh, gunshot. That was totally a gunshot, though. A gunshot coming from the refectory. What should we do? Can't think straight. We go and help. We just see what that was. Because whoever's got a gun is a living person. Okay, they may need help. And if they're using a gun, they're probably not a zombie. Because it seems to be like the zombies aren't like intelligent enough to use tools in this universe. Fine. We check out what's going on here. Joanne's on board too. Let's do this. We see where the gunshot was coming from. I hope everything will be alright. Oh. You know, I was supposed to not be getting involved. I came here because I thought it would be safe. Oh, we've got another teenager. Help me please, yell somebody. And we've got... Oh, a zombie. Excellent. Good teeth. Again, the cheek thing once again. So in the kitchen, a young man is surrounded by 3 zombies. We've only got 1 round. I shouldn't really have run in with only 1 round. Tim, is that... Oh, we found her boyfriend. Right, okay. So we've got her boyfriend here. Marvellous. And also, yes, we know the zombie's still there. Save him, please. How exactly are we going to do that? We've got literally 1 bullet. We don't attack. We can't attack. We've got 1 flipping bullet. We make noise to attract them. Once they're dispersed, we can eliminate them 1 by 1. That does seem like a good idea. So, we hit metallic furniture, causing a deafening noise. The zombies are quickly attracted, setting the boy free. They're coming, be ready. Once they're scattered, they're easier to eliminate. We managed to get rid of the undead. Oh, well, that was nice. Apparently, we just got rid of them somehow with our 1 bullet, and I don't know, we like punched their faces off or something. Thanks, they almost got me that time. Anyway, so it all worked out for Tim, and the 2 lovers jumped into each other's arms. Excellent, so we've got them back together. Absolutely magnificent. And what are you doing here, Joanne? Why aren't you on the roof? Who are these people? Look, we saved her, alright, and we're taking her to a new community. If you try and take her away, we're going to have words with you. I was waiting for you on the roof when I heard someone coming. At first I thought it was you. I checked to be sure. That's when I saw these 2 strangers. I wanted to run away. It was too late. They caught me. I thought it was over, but they weren't there to rape or kill me. May I introduce you to John? Nice to meet you. And Faye, nice to meet you. Now, how are you going to respond to this, Tim? Hey, you saved me, I owe you one. Alright, fine. He's being reasonable and decent, alright? You don't owe us anything. It's all just absolutely fine. You needed help? We helped. Feels good to see there are still people to count on. Alright, now, Tim, are you coming along, or are you going to start being a dick in a minute and insisting that your girlfriend, Joanne, heads back to the roof with you? So, where are you going? To the community. John comes from a group of people, asked me to join them. There's room for you too, if you want. Come on, Tim, it sounds great. Maybe the place we were looking for. And how do I trust you? Because I literally just came in and saved you. Screw you. I'm afraid you can't. Though probably the idea that you'd be dead red if it wasn't for me is probably for the best. We could have killed you and your girlfriend if we wanted to. Come on, Tim. I trust them. Come on. After all, you just saved my life. I think I can trust you. Marvellous. So we need a place to stay for tonight. Tim, do you know where we could rest? The dormitory, some of the rooms are safe. Marvellous. So we went to the dormitory to find shelter for the night. Well, this has all worked out pretty peacefully so far. But Joanne's getting a bit interested in Tim's story. Why was he gone for 2 days straight? I saw a group of people, most likely looters. They set up camp near the highway. I had to hide. Oh dear. The highway's exactly where I'm flipping going. After the apocalypse, many people gathered in gangs to live as looters. That kind of people attack our community. No, what? You already knew this. I told you that earlier. Wake up, John. The kids are gone. Oh dear. What do you mean, Faye? Where are the flipping kids? The room was empty. There's a note. We decided not to join your community. We have a bad feeling about this gang. We prefer to avoid the conflict. Hope you can understand our decision. Good luck and thank you, Joanne. Right. So they decided not to get involved. You know what? I can't blame them. So depending on if I'd made different choices or gone different routes, potentially that wouldn't have happened. So I think they're making a mistake, but you know what? They are free to do whatever they want to do. And apparently we can't go directly to the highway anyway. We have to go via the business district. Fine. It's just me and Faye heading in that direction. Oh, I think Faye's willing to open up about her tragic backstory. Go on, Faye. What terrible thing happened here? You can talk to me. I was working for a bank. We were handling all kinds of financial products. Right before the apocalypse, I got promoted thanks to an important deal I made. Did you fund the apocalypse? Everything collapsed in an instant. I was at work when it all happened. What happened? We saw the world markets collapse one by one. No more communication, no more trade. The entire system was disappearing. We had it figured out. We lost everything. Since the beginning, we were building on air. Everything has been swept away. We were condemned to witness the fall of civilization from the top of our glass tower. Most of my teammates couldn't stand it. They were at the top of the social ladder, and after that, they were at the bottom of the food chain. And there was Terry, one of my co-workers, the catastrophe of my heart. I was ready to have feelings. I forbid myself from having these feelings. I considered it to be a waste of time and productivity. He told me he had feelings too. We spent the first weeks together here. I could feel something was wrong. The look in his eyes was different. Oh, is Terry going to be a cannibal? Come on, cannibal. He told me he could not stand living in this world anymore. I told him we could make it together. After all, being together was most important. Oh dear. He threw himself out of the 20th floor. He left me here alone. He didn't say goodbye. He was just too scared. Right. Oh dear. I'm just very sorry that Terry couldn't take it. But he wasn't a coward, alright? He was just in a very difficult situation. So that's her tragic backstory. She found love after the apocalypse, and then he couldn't actually take it. Very sad indeed. Also, we're just completely flipping ignoring the gang that was over here now. Because now we seem to just be heading north and kind of skirting around them, which in all fairness strikes me as the most sensible thing to do. But at this point, the road to the community's up there. Though actually, wait, if that's a raised highway we need to get up onto, we might need to head over here to actually get onto like the road that leads up there regardless. Fine, over to the wasteland then. Danger, contaminated area. Okay, this is really not a place we should go. I'm beginning to think that Tim and Joanne had the right flipping idea. Oh, hang on. Apparently the looter camp is here. Well then, what was the flipping exclamation mark over to the east for then? Alright, fine, whatever. So this is where the gang set up their camp. There are trucks and cars lined up in a circle, like pioneers used to do. And first we have to evaluate the situation. We need to know how many there are, where they hide the guns, things like that. Because there's only 2 of us, and we've got literally 1 flipping bullet. We remain hidden next to the camp in order to evaluate the situation. Okay, things are getting interesting here. I think we saw enough. The less watched vehicles are the school bus and the camping car. We should start with one of these. When you say start, you mean are we just like storming this camp vehicle by vehicle? Because if so, what weapon are we using for that? Let's start off with a school bus, because a camping car, if you mean like a big camper van, it'd be hard to see what was inside. But a school bus, because there's loads of windows, we'd be able to see how many people are inside, so we could plan a bit more intelligently. Let's look at the school bus. Right, we get close to the school bus, typical old yellow bus. We saw nobody enter the bus in 1 hour. I think we can enter without risk. The door's not locked, we enter the bus, weapon in hand. We've got 1 bullet. Also, there's now a crying kid. If you'd like a new mother and father, then we know these people called, like, Joanne and Tim. They're, like, back in the mall or something. Off you pop. And Faye's looking very surprised by this child. What's going on? Are you friends of Uncle Kane? Oh, I don't think I like where this is going. No, tell me who Kane is. What's going on here? Kane's the man in charge. He took me in after my parents died. He promised he would find a new place for me. Okay, we may have been wrong about this gang's intentions, but I feel like I'm not going to like what's going on here. Don't get close to them, Danny. Oh, in comes a gang leader. Okay, Uncle Kane. Now, do you actually like Uncle Kane? Wait a sec. What are you doing here? What do you want? We were mistaken, set the kid free. No, don't demand to set the kid free. We don't know what's going on. We might be mistaken. We might be able to talk this down peacefully. Just because this guy has got a scar doesn't mean he's a bad person, alright? We're sorry. We're wrong on who you are and your intentions. No, it's not obvious at first. My only goal is to help this kid. What do you mean? Since the apocalypse began, I tried to save as many kids as possible. They are the future. Do I trust this guy? I'm not sure I trust this guy 100%. Unfortunately, to manage such a thing, I have no choice but to act like a looter. You know what? We're all looting. I basically came into the city to loot for supplies and guns and people. Like, you know, I'm not really one to judge. You don't look ill intention. Could you please help me find a safe place for this kid? Oh, good news. I'm actually heading north off to like a special camp right flipping now. So that's marvellous. So go on then. Why don't they actually... Oh, we're supposed to be bringing useful people. Useful people. We don't know what the kids... Oh, go on. I'm not made of stone. We'll take the kid to my community. And indeed, there it is said again. We already knew the place actually had a school, so we can even give him an education, together with walls, water, and food. We should be fine. And humanity keeps surprising me. A bad guy fighting to save kids. Beautiful. So I'm glad we didn't shoot that guy in the face. Now we've got another kid. The last time we had some, like, you know, younger people travelling with us, it didn't work out so well. Maybe this will work out better. I almost forgot. Take the bus. It's still running. I like you, Kane. I like you a lot. And with the bus, let's actually head over to the highway. Why the flip not, eh? And there's the... Oh, the highway's not looking in great shape. Possibly it's a little bit on the blocked side by all the wrecks and, you know, armoured personnel carriers and whatever. So, made it to the highway. Now we just have to keep going north. And yeah, so it's me, Faye, and this new little kid here. But we haven't actually picked up anyone else. Fine. Now, apparently we've reached the community. I suspect, however, an asset has failed to load in. Because I think that's a massive red question mark in the background. So an asset hasn't loaded in, but just imagine big walls and lots of water and food and a school, like a really good school with like an outstanding Ofsted rating. Or possibly this is the twist where like John turns out to have been the bad guy all along because he blatantly looks evil. In which case, imagine like, you know, barbed wire and like a raider camp from Fallout, pretty much just a raider camp from Fallout, where like there's people screaming and being dragged apart and cannibalism's happening. Actually, wait, no, hang on, I'll fix this myself, it's fine. There we go, that's flipping better. So yeah, there's just, you know, some gates and a happy school and water and food. Lovely. And apparently my alignment for that run through was Satan himself. Which I feel is quite frankly a little bit on the unfair side, given I guess technically... Well, we saved the kid. We saved the kid, and we didn't shoot the girl. Admittedly, we didn't follow the guy at the beginning, so I have no idea where that went. That might have led to something, like, you know, important. That might have been where, like, all the nuns and kittens were hanging out together, and I could have saved all of them. I still feel, however, that me being literally the devil might be a bit aggressive, given I did rescue a child and bring them back to the community. But there you are, ladies and gentlemen, that's Z End, or at least one playthrough of it. You know, typically there are branching paths to these things. Different characters live or die, different characters join you or don't. Presumably the real proper end solution is to acquire literally all the survivors, so presumably whoever that person beginning was, I'm guessing that was actually a person in fact, and I could have recruited them and maybe their friends, and also picked up Tim and Joanne and actually got them to stay with us somehow, as well as kind of rescuing that kid. Possibly there was also different people at like the hospital and the police station and what have you. No idea. If that sort of thing is of interest to you to see how else this might go, link in the description below to this. It's a small little thing, but then I suppose if you like your short little kind of visual novel style things with a little bit of choice and the zombie genre appeals to you, might be of interest. Who knows? And I'm sure we will have more visual novels at some point on the channel as well. I do enjoy them on occasion. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Z End. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.